This is the American Rebellion. My name is Jerry. How y'all doing? See, we got the Larry Burns from Canada, Jimmy Collins, and Jolene is here. Hello, Jolene, Jimmy, and Larry. We also have somebody named Ghislaine Maxwell with us. Looks incredibly like Nick. Perhaps he's not telling us something. I don't know. Nick, how you doing?
She looking like a man anyway. Anyway, I'm doing good. She ain't like the most beautiful woman in the world. Little,
Well, good.
little manly, kind of, you know.
Well, I don't tell you the truth. Remember what she looks like, and hopefully, jail time will probably not make that any better.
Correct.
So, but
Other than that, I'm well.
anyway,
I'm not
so
on
we
trial
got
for
a few
molesting
people here.
kids.
Good. We're of course missing Matt as usual. Well, that's good. Well, that right there makes your life worth living. We want abortions on demand, forward, not back. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Kavanaugh on this, although I did read an article yesterday that says it really won't stop much other than in that particular state. And there will still be abortions. I guess it's good to chip away at it, but I mean, millions have been killed so far. I get a kick out of the fact that we're always talking about women's rights and not the right of a baby, I guess. I
Right.
don't know. I guess they don't have rights, but
My body, my
I don't
choice.
know.
That's all they say. Well, what about the other person's body?
It's very sad if you ask me. And what is the big controversy?
Uh,
I don't know.
I like the way they call it
Use birth
reproductive
control.
health, reproductive health care. What the fuck is that?
I don't. In some
How about you
cases, it
take
is
care of your
obviously
reproduction?
very, very. Yeah, it's yeah. In some cases, it is healthcare. That's a very narrow explanation. Rape, health of mother, health of baby. I guess that kind of which I'm usually very good at forgetting because it's disgusting. But nevertheless, um, however, uh, for the most part, it's oops care. I got pregnant. Oops. Let me go
Yeah, because they claim.
deal with that, I guess.
I love the fact that they claim, uh, you know,
Jimmy
they
Collins says they can.
they offer all this education on contraceptives and all this shit. You think these adults don't know what the fuck is available anyway? If they don't, they're fucking stupid because they've been preaching it for decades. How about close your legs or something? No,
Yeah, I mean, I understand women's health. I understand that they have different, innards than we do, and different outards and so forth. I get that. But when you're just sucking a baby out to kill it, and then, of course, selling the parts like they were a junkyard, and they were selling alternators and so forth. I find that despicable, frankly. Let's see. We have Elmer Fudd with the Italian tablecloth on his head. Elmer's Italian restaurant is here. Um, Sunny, cheap Stingaloni, whoever the fuck that was. I suspect these people were Matt's childhood cronies.
What happened to you
How you
guys
doing,
over
Matt?
here? You were
Right.
late.
Still didn't
You were
get the
late.
earbuds.
I had a long day. It was weird. I will
See, you
expound in
still
my
didn't
notes.
get the earbuds.
I didn't have a chance today. Didn't have a chance.
There was yesterday.
All my troubles
Well,
seem
you've had
so
2 days to
far
do it, and you go to the
away.
liquor store every day, so the gas station. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
there
probably
was
sell some
yesterday.
at the liquor store.
And I know you went to the beer store, so I guess the gas station ain't far from there. Be nice if we could actually hear you. Yeah. Okay. Matt, you got all that damn money and I can't hear you. Yeah. You know, we don't
Well,
ask a
I'll tell
lot
you what.
around here just to be able to hear and see you.
I'll tell you what happened today. I had to take the wife down to.
Okay.
She's gonna get a colonoscopy this morning, right? 9:15. She got to be there. So I was kind of busy. So I took her down there, dropped her off, called me back, said at like be here at 10:30. She'll be done. Come pick her up. The blah blah blah. I go back down there. I'm waiting. You know, park in the back in one of the green spaces, a pickup zone patient thing. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. And there's this woman in the pickup spot next to me, and a male nurse comes out and says, your husband had a little problem while we were doing this procedure, and it was like giving her the soft sell and shit. I think he had a heart attack or something because an ambulance and a fire truck rolled in about 2 minutes later and was parked there. And it took them about 15 minutes. They brought him out, packed him up, took off. And then I got another call from the place and said, we've had a little problem here. I said, yeah, I just saw the problem leaving. And she goes, well, your wife hasn't had her procedure yet. It'll be another like hour and a half. So I left. I came home. I had lunch and shit. So I had to go there twice to go get her. And it was a catastrophical thing. You know what I mean? So that was a good day spent there down there. You know what I mean? A lot of fun, dramatical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and the guy's wife got out of the car. They brought her in. She was like histrionic and everything, and he came out with his bag of clothes and everything, and blah blah blah. And they're like, "Do you want somebody to drive you over to the hospital?" And she's like, "No." She was older, probably like 70. They should have probably. Well, it ain't that far. It's only a couple blocks, but I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Wasted days
I'm
and
grilling
wasted
you up a
nights.
steak, Jerry. Thank you. I don't think I want it mailed to me though. Well, that's that's a heartwarming story there, Matt, about the heart attack guy, and
Should have filmed that.
you had all day
Yeah,
to get
somebody's got to fuck your
married.
day up all the time. You know what I mean? This fucking
Yep,
inconveniencing.
Well, that's like the royal fucking.
that was good,
That's
Nick.
right. Yeah. What the fuck is this guy thinking? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have to go to the annual checkup, so I'm sure they'll lop off a leg or something.
Right?
You have to go to the leg. What the hell the fuck is the leg?
Kind of walk on it.
No, I
Kind of
said I
move.
have to go to the VA for my annual checkup that I've put off 3 times already. Stresses me to
Yeah.
fuck out, and I've already got enough of that in my fucking life. For them to tell me to stop eating bacon and sausage and eggs and anything that I've ever liked in my lifetime, including sugary goodness. And I tell them no, as they look like they're fucking institutionalized in that place. And I just can't be in there. And you go at, I got to be there at 7 to get blood work. Then you got to wait 2 fucking hours for the appointment.
You gotta do this
So
tomorrow, you say?
whole morning killed. But tomorrow afternoon, I'm supposed to be getting new internet from a different company. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon, I'm supposed to get new internet from a company, a newer company. So we'll see if that's worth a shit. And hopefully, my wife is getting a home phone that will actually work. Because I'm tired of hearing her get on the phone and she thinks that talking louder will help her get through, when in fact that does not work at all if you have a bad connection. And I keep saying that, but it's not getting through really. And then I hear the "can you hear me now" 15 times. And I have to tell you, I'm not doing well mentally. That gets on your nerves quickly. So
Believe me, I know. This
that's
chick
where my life is.
next to me at work, she does the same damn thing.
Uh, happy
Can you
day.
hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You know my coworker that I love so much, the woman that can't shut the fuck up on the phone.
Mhm,
Um, she does the same thing. Can you hear
mhm.
me? Can you? And she answers every single
Yeah.
phone call she gets, even from the spam callers. She answers them. Like, do you, are you that dependent on that fucking phone? Yes, she is.
Can you
You
hate me?
you really need to put a hidden camera in that office somewhere that, you can just anonymously send to management.
Oh, well, did I not tell y'all? She got wrote up for that shit a few weeks ago because our manager sat there and watched her ass and filmed her ass.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's
that's
tisk
gonna go as
tisk. Yeah.
far as, you know, file 13. So,
Tisk
but she
tisk.
has toned it down some.
Yeah.
She'll leave the room every once in a while and then stay gone for 2 hours, then come back when it's time to go home.
I know this gets in your craw, Nick, but she's got fucking impunity. Just
Yes,
deal with
on
it.
on several levels.
But she's so oppressive. But she got impunity for being
True.
held
Yeah,
accountable. It's fucking ridiculous.
she makes more, almost as much money as
The
the damn
problem
managers.
the
That's
problem
the
with a lot
problem.
of news stories is that because of the day and age we live in, um, it seems true, but I doubt seriously if that's true. However, everybody gets to believe what they want, I guess. I don't fucking know. Anyway, so
Well,
yeah,
the proof is in the pudding. I mean,
I've been
she's been working there
okay.
almost the whole fucking career's worth and never got in trouble yet, right? So the facts are the facts, really.
Anyway, working on my table saw, building stuff, getting it set up to be able to. I'm going to start making some flooring out of pallet boards.
You have a table
And I
saw,
had
or
to
you just
get
got it?
everything. I have two. I have two. I have one of those mini ones that are good for simple shit.
Like
But
a tabletop one?
I have a big one. Y- Yeah, I have a big one. I somebody was giving it away and I took it. So it didn't have a fence, it didn't have a crosscut sled, it didn't have the the tape measure on there. So I got me a couple of aluminum yardsticks and put on there. And I built me a fence and I built me a crosscut sled. And now tomorrow I got to cut notches in the fence to make it go over the ruler, the yardsticks, and I'll be ready to get started straightening out some wood and putting it together. I got to build a kind of a form because I'm gonna build them into tiles more or less, a foot long by probably 3 or 4 foot, or I'm sorry, foot wide by 3 or 4 foot long. And I don't really have any clamps to clamp them together. So I came up with a way to be able to do that. Screw in and hold it all together so that when it dries, I can run it through the planer and get it all nice and smooth, and then polyurethane it or stain it in polyurethane it. I forget what we decided, and then go ahead and put it down.
Sounds like you'll actually be busy as opposed to
Man,
mad.
just love Maxwell.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I I enjoy doing stuff in my barn. It's the only place I don't think about things that I shouldn't be thinking about anymore. I concentrate on what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm lost. Yeah, Alan, the problem is our cell phones don't really work around here where we live. They're very spotty, and I put up that did not help because she spends a lot of time on the phone, and it's only $20 a month.
Well, the good side of
So
it, Jerry, is hopefully Biden's infrastructure $2 trillion bill will get you some broadband internet over there because he said it's going to go into rural places. It's going to go everywhere. So what's the new company
yeah,
you're switching to? Another satellite company
yeah,
or use you
it's
got
gonna
Usenet
be the
right now?
same shit, but uh I don't know. Usenet is ridiculously priced for what it is. This was slightly cheaper, and it'll end up being the same shit. It's actually AT&T, I think, installs it. So I think it's actually AT&T. Just the company is called Exceed, and I guess they use their towers or
I heard of that.
something.
I haven't researched it, but I heard of it.
You can cut a rabbit into boards. Listen, I got to be honest. I've spent a long time thinking about this, and I'm doing it this way. Uh, oh boy.
What's a rabbit in a board? Cutting a
It's
rabbit.
it's a groove.
It's a woodworking term. It's a joinery thing, basically.
Like
So
rabbit
you
ears
can
or
join
They have
something?
boards
Or
together. But if you got no, if you got straight boards, which is why I'm getting the table saw set up, you can just glue them together and join. That's a lot of work for 1 foot by 3 or 4 foot tile type of deal. When I can just glue them together,
Well,
and then
I have
you finish them with the polyurethane and put them down, and I'll probably use some kind of finishing nail to nail them to the floor. And when the
well, I have
trailer
a
shifts, we'll see what the fuck happens if they pop up or not. I don't fucking know.
I have a rabbit cutting blade that I could put on my table. It's 2 blades together. You can space it around.
Yeah,
I've never used it, but I have. You know the curves. You can put the curves together and cut it.
it's like a dadu kind of 2 blades.
A dado, yeah, cutter, yeah.
Like a doodad.
Dado, yeah. Sorry, what I call it? Yeah. Well, I'm not that
Dado.
sophisticated. I'm waiting on my new saw blade, which is going to have to cut 8,000 fucking feet of lumber, and more to the point, pallet lumber, because I can't afford regular. That get done a lot quicker that way.
What do you need to refloor? What are you gonna do with it?
My entire house. We moved here. There was ceramic tile on the floor. There's a reason you style a trailer, especially one that's not on a concrete an eighth of an inch, and you step on one of the tiles and it cracks in half. I have ripped up most of the tile in the house, and we're down to just press board on the fucking floors. So I am going to fix that.
This is fantastical.
Fool Island, it's all kinds of wood. Yeah, you'd be amazed the amount of wood, different types of wood I have found on pallets. I mean, I've seen cedar, I've seen redwood, I've seen oak, all kinds of shit. It's amazing.
Yeah,
And if
it's
you ever
scrap
look at
wood.
some of the people, yeah, it also depends. Some of these pallets I get, somebody just put
Well,
through together. Some of them are made by a company, and they're usually the cheapest shit you can find. Believe it or not, the best pallets in the world are the Walmart pallets because they take care of them, believe it or not. You can't really use the press board they use with them, but you can use the board, the cross boards. I
well,
went and spent $20 and bought a pallet buster tool, and that shit works way better and is a lot cheaper than buying saw blades to cut all through all the nails. I have a nail and it pops it right out, so that makes my life simpler than trying to use a hammer and a fucking punch. Uh, so I've been
well,
collecting this crap for quite some time.
the different wood you get on pallet wood or anything is depends on the size of trees they cut down. If they're not big enough to use for, yeah, they will use oak or maple or anything. If the tree's small enough, they can't make planks out of it. They'll use it for whatever they can use it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
They're also
stacks and
different thicknesses,
stacks of
so
pallets at work.
we got our yeah, I went and bought a Craftsman planer, and so because I wasn't about to sand every one, it probably cost more, and it's very nice. I hook it up to my shop vac, and I got 13-foot shows to the sawdust, and then I use the sawdust to start the garbage fire.
I'll give you another woodworking tip. Always keep a little sawdust, and when you have to glue something together with like wood glue, mix a little sawdust in with it too. It makes a very much stronger joint.
Yeah, they do that with super glue and baking soda. Make it like CS season. I've never heard of take glue and put it in a mold like an ice tray of some sort, or to that, maybe a little bigger, and you starter because the glue melts quickly and the sawdust will catch
Oh,
fire.
oh
And
yeah, I've heard of people
all
candle
this
wax and put sawdust
cube
in
of
it too.
some sort, you throw it on the fire, and it's very cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually, yeah. Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, that's what I should do. That's a great idea. It really is. I never thought of that. I'm gonna do that because we use, uh, especially back here, we use these wax melt things because I smoke. We smoke back here, and my wife uses it in the bed. Throw it out somewhere, and thank you. I appreciate that. Never know when you need a fire starter or something like that. In the garbage fire, usually I start very early in the morning, so whether it's winter or summer, everything is damp and it's hard to start. And I have two different kinds of
Yeah,
garbage. I have wet garbage and I have dry garbage. The dry garbage comes from like back here, or like the bathrooms, or the my wife, the bedroom back there. My wife has a small garbage can, and that's usually how I try to start it. And sometimes that works really well, and sometimes it don't.
yeah. You never know when you need an arsonist. You know, fire starter.
Right?
Yeah.
Another good one is you take like
Hey,
strips of
Daryl's here somewhere.
newspaper and
Anybody who
you
wants to come on, we would.
you lay a little sawdust and melt drip candle wax over and twist them up like a twisty. Yeah, those are pretty good fire starters too. Whatever.
I tried the twisty thing with just. I throw a garbage can, a big garbage can full of sawdust on top of all the garbage to get it started, and it takes about 5 minutes. I got a roaring fire.
Oh yeah, I save sawdust all the time. It's good for like if you got a stripped out screw hole and you want to use the same size screw in it, mix it with a little glue, put the screw in, holds good as new. You know, there's a lot of weird things. I'm done with my home improvement bullshit right now.
Yeah, because you don't get paid 25 grand for it.
No, this is a long-standing rule I've had. If it would take me more than 1 day to do it,
Anybody
call
want to
somebody.
join? Well, I'm just the opposite. I'd rather do everything myself, and I usually do. I'm just not physically as quick as I used to be. Sometimes it takes a while, but I don't like people coming to my house to do shit. I don't like having to watch them. I don't like having to talk to them. I don't like having them do anything. I just enjoy doing it myself. I fixed everything in this house at one time or another. I've run all the electric, all the wires, put in new plugs where they belong, ceiling fans, whatever.
Oh, there's a lot of simple things too, like my wife was bitching about a couple of outlets. She plugs the vacuum cleaner in, and the plug falls out of it and everything. I said, just bend the fucking prongs out a little bit so they'll fucking stay in there. You know what I mean? Stupid shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Been there, done that many, many
Yeah.
times. My outlets in my house, they're 50 something, 51 years old. So they get kind of worn out, I guess, but sticking plugs into it. I guess it wears the tightness of the little slit there, and then it expands and nothing plugs in. It just hangs and wiggles and everything else.
Yeah, there's a lot of common sense bullshit things that people don't. It's not that the outlet is bad; it is just worn out. I mean,
Right.
it's gotten bigger, so you just bend the plugs on whatever you plug in there, and it'll stay fine.
Hmm.
So that's enough of a history lesson of a Maytag repairman.
They either work or they don't work. Me, I've changed, I think, every outlet in the house except one because they were all old and for some reason they were black. Um, I that which means they were probably 30 years old. They probably came with the place because I don't see anybody using black outlets in anymore.
Right.
So now
Black or
everything
brown.
is white, like you know I'm kind of used to.
Yeah,
Plus,
and I don't
it's
like those.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
like those.
brown. Not a
The ones
color
that
I.
they have the ones, the new ones. They're just like the um. You just plug the wire in. You don't actually wrap it around and screw it in. You know what I mean, I don't like. I don't trust those fucking things.
Yeah,
It's got the like the tab down and just
I don't use the
push
back.
the wire in. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I don't. They all come that way that I've seen. I don't trust those at all, so I just put them around the screws clockwise, basically, and tighten them up.
Kind of like those Scotch lock things, little circle discs that have the gel in it, and you have to splice a wire, and you put them inside the little Scotch lock, and you just
Oh yeah,
squeeze it and snap it closed. Yeah,
no,
that doesn't work so well most of the
these. If
time.
you look at a new, yeah, if you buy a new socket or switch, even you look on the back, and it usually has a holes, four holes, or in the switch two, sometimes four. That I believe a 14 gauge or 12 gauge, whatever wire will slide into, and it'll click shut. The problem is a lot of times after a while they come loose, so you're wondering why your shit ain't working. So
Or there's sparks coming out the damn thing. It's hit and
yeah,
miss every once in a while.
so even an electrician will tell you screwing it, put using the screws on the side. A lot of people don't know on electric. It's very easy if you have black and white wires in your house, which I think most people do. The white go on the silver, and the black go on the brass side. Simple.
Yeah, whites normally, you know, a lot of times the black is the positive and the white's the negative. You have to watch out how they fucking wire your house
Mhm.
because we have
Oh,
round
actually, the
wire.
white is the neutral, not the negative. Yeah, no,
Well,
neutral
neutral.
is the white, black is the hot, and the bare wire is actually the negative or the ground, depending on what you want to call it. But at least in my house, they don't
Well,
Always.
way of doing it, but they don't, from what I understand. But
right.
anyway,
See, my house has no bare wire. It's a 2-wire system in my house. That's why I have so much damn electrical problems around here.
yeah.
Always use a little circuit
Well, you
tester.
could.
One of the little things you hold up that beeps or lights up when you're hitting power. Then you can make sure whatever wire it is.
What is CFVI, Jimmy? I don't even know what that is.
Brown Falls indicator.
No, it's not what he's talking about.
No, no, he's talking. Dan Bongino just announced live Rumble just combined with CFVI for a full free speech platform. So, or not Jimmy, Larry did. Sorry. What the hell is CFVI?
Larry says, me neither yet. You don't know what the hell it is either. He's just regurgitating what Dan Bongino said.
Oh, hold on. Let me look it up.
You gotta be racist, whatever it is.
Well, it could be the Community Foundation of the Virgin Islands.
That's great.
Sounds like a place I want to take a vacation at. I gotta tell you. Yay.
I'm not
Could
going
bank
through
with
8,000 pages to find out what this shit actually means. So because I don't really care that much. Rumble is fine. I don't really go on there that much, so I don't really watch Dan Bongino anymore.
Isn't that like
Actually, I believe he tries his best to get put out the truth. I do, but enough of that in my life.
well, the fucking truth is subjective nowadays. There's no truth.
No, it's not. They're trying to make it subjective, but it's not subjective. The truth is the truth, period.
Problem is
What
the
they're
left
making you believe.
wants to make the truth out of a lie. So they'll lie enough about something to make it true to certain people that are stupid enough to believe the shit.
Yeah. Well, the premier of China, of course.
What's up, gentlemen?
Jeez, it doesn't even look Chinese.
Oh shit, Xi Jinping. That's me. Not really. Shit. Yeah, it's been a hell of a day. Right at quitting time, the plant manager come up and said, "Man, you're working on a tool we really, really need. We're only like 400 parts behind." And I'm like, "Oh, well, ain't that fucking great?" So I said, "I got to go home and feed the dogs and take them out to piss because I don't want landmines in my living room, and I'll come back." So he's like, "Oh, I guess that'll work." I said, "Motherfucker, it'll have to work. I don't know what else to tell you."
Great guess.
What's going on, 11 Jinping?
Xi Jinping. It's a Xi.
It's 11. It's that time.
He's not Roman, dude.
An Australian reporter got fired for saying that. 11 Jinping.
11 Jinping. Yeah, so I heard you guys talking about electrical issues a minute ago. Nick, you said you got the 2-wire system.
Yes.
That's you probably got 3 wires that are separate coming in to the outside of your house with the old school paper tape.
At the
shit.
weatherhead, there's
Yeah.
3 coming in.
Yeah,
How one gets lost is beyond me. I guess
Well,
it's
it
at the breaker.
right. Well, you've got 2 hots and a neutral that come in, and then they go to your fuse box. Your whole house is grounded at your fuse panel, and the outlets are probably grounded on the back side of them through that because there's only 2 wires. There's a hot and a neutral. I know exactly what you're talking about though, because down in a little town called Sparta, Tennessee, I used to work on their cable TV down there, and those really old school houses that had the old timey, like the screw in bus fuses and stuff. Do you still have bus fuses that screw into your breaker?
No,
You,
it's not
you actually got a breaker panel.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're up to date on everything except for your plugins, I guess.
correct. Yeah, it's all 2-prong,
Yeah.
outlets in my
Okay.
house, except one in the kitchen.
Yeah. So that house is it's like a floating ground. It could kill a TV or a computer at any time.
Yes, believe me.
I used to I used to be on the outside of the house, man, working on these people's fucking cable, and I'd go plug the cable in and get shocked. It'd be like,
I
holy
was
fuck,
about to say that. The cable that
man.
comes into my bedroom, this is the only one that does that,
Mhm.
because we have a distribution box outside.
Mhm.
And the one that comes to my room, for some reason, will fucking shock the shit out of you if you touch it.
Yep. And if you unplug your television before you fuck with that, it won't do it because what you're getting is like a mechanical resonance.
Sounds like it's not grounded very well.
Exactly. It's a
Right.
resonant electrical resonance that is you're breaking the field is what you're doing. And it makes you the ground. You become a dead short for it.
Hell, even the cable guy came to work on some issues, and it happened to be like one of my first cousins.
Yeah.
He's working in there,
Shit.
and he touched that damn wire, and it shocked the fuck out of him. He was like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "I don't know. You're the cable guy.
Yeah.
You tell me. I've been experiencing this shit for a long time." And I have right next to the cable distribution box outside. There's a ground rod in the ground.
Yeah.
Now I don't know where the wire goes to because I have siding, so I'm not exactly sure where that wire is going to.
Right. I tell you, if you actually go out there and dig up around your ground rod and run the actual green wire that comes from your cable box to that ground rod.
Well, there's a green wire that goes to the rod.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's actually connected everywhere it needs to be connected.
Right. You probably was that bedroom you're in an add-on?
No.
It wasn't.
No add-ons in this house.
That's weird. Yeah, it sounds like you're losing ground. Maybe just like a weak ground. I've seen these old timey houses have to get a ground rod at both sides of the house, and they'll, I don't know how they do it, but they end up going. Uh, they have to run like the bear copper. It's what is more like a 6 gauge, I think it is, the shiny
Right.
wire.
Right.
They run that from one side to the other from your ground rod, or they'll drive a second ground rod, one of the two. So, actually, the guy that just put up my new power service the other day, he told me the new code is all your meter bases now have to be double grounded. So you need 2 ground rods. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, that just sounds like more money to me, dude. But whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
do what you got to do.
Yeah, the permit and the regulations, and this is just to make you spend more money.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do some additions to the house, but I know this whole house will have to be rewired because it won't pass code.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and you'll never be able to branch off with the new 12.2 or 14.2 or whatever you use because it's a 3-wire setup. But I don't know. I would love to see your breaker panel. I mean, if that's 2-wire, then you got a
There ain't
bus
much
bar.
to it.
Right.
It's
You
two
probably
sides
got,
to it.
right.
And it's small. It's not very big.
If you take like the cover off of where your breakers are at, there should be like what I call a bus bar that runs vertical, where all your let me see, is it ground or neutral? It's where all your grounds go to. Then the bus bar for the neutrals on the other
Ground,
side.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can put
Yeah.
them both. Like my house, you can put them both into the. In most of them, you can put, unless you're got a double switch, you put 2 power switches in there, and then you put the neutrals in the bus. But on the ones that are just single, they got a white and a black wire in them, so you can do that.
Yeah,
Now
you're not.
we can't run the dryer, 220.
Mm.
The stove, 220, and the microwave for some reason, it's 110.
Mm. Yeah,
It
see
will kick the fucking breaker.
right. And I found this out just the other day when I went to go heat up my coffee when I was having my electrical problems. Because I usually will make a pot of coffee. I'll drink half of it one morning, and I'll drink the other half the next morning. I'll heat it up. So I'll pop it in the microwave. Microwave comes on, but it won't heat up nothing. It just sits there and spins it, and the lights are on. It's all doing what it's supposed to do. It'll even beep at the end, like, hey, it's done. And I got it out and took a sip of it real quick. I was like, ugh.
You just hear the hum sound, and it didn't
Yeah.
do a damn thing. It didn't heat up
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Yep, and apparently there's a transformer in that freaking microwave that has to have a massive amount of 110 to convert it to 220 to be able to heat your shit.
Right. And depending on the wattage of the microwave, it's even stronger. Like I got 11
That could be
whatever
the
the hell
trouble.
it is.
That could be the trouble with your microwave. I had the same problem, and we got rid of it, but I didn't find out till later. I could have fixed it, but I didn't know how old it was, and we had another one, so I put it in. But yeah, every time we turned the microwave on, it would turn off all the lights in the kitchen and the microwave and everything else.
Ooh, wow.
Jesus
Right.
Christ, Green Acres here. What the fuck?
No shit. Now, my other
Yeah.
problem with the microwave is a damn light bulb burnout in it. Well, that's some kind of crazy ass light bulb. You have to do surgery on the microwave to even change out. Microwave works great. It's quite old, but it works great.
Right.
Well, to see what the fuck if your shit's about to explode or
It,
something in there.
Remember I told you the quote I got was $3,100? Guess what it actually costed?
$31.
I wish. I wish I'd be freaking tall, pissing in tall cotton. No, it actually cost $1,750. That's what it costs. $1,750.
Half price, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of tickled, and the guy did a hell of a job. And the cool thing was, as he was hooking up you see, I've got what I had was an underground that went to a pedestal that had a 30 amp that ran my central heat and air, and then it had a 200 service entry, 200 amp, and he actually pulled that fucking ped out of the ground. I guess he had I don't know what he had on the back of his truck, but it would have took a fucking team of fucking plow mules to pull that thing out of the ground, dude. It was a 6x6 with about 400 pound of concrete hung to the bottom of it. And he got that some bitch out of there somehow. But it was worse than what we thought it was. You know, I told you the lug was blowed off inside the meter base. Well, the lug was also blowed off in my ped at that 200 amp service. So I don't know how the shit was even working, man. He said it's probably just arcing back and forth on the way it would freaking work. But anyway, I ended up with about $250 worth of copper and a bunch of brass and shit out of all of it. So I'll get a little money back out of it too. So
there you go. Hide that from the criminals.
He had that shit on the back of his trailer, dude. He was getting ready to take it. I was like, bro, you know, I don't think I'm gonna let you have that today. He's like, what? I'll take it off your bill. I'm like, nah, I don't want to sell my copper. I'm good, man, because I've got like 150, 200 pound of damn copper sitting in there in coffee cans I brought from work, plus little odd and end pieces of copper I brought, you know, and that's my retirement plan. Actually, I'll probably have a couple £1,000 that shit piled up by the time I retire.
You're pilfering shit, is what you're saying.
What's that?
You're pilfering materials.
No, I asked him if I could take it. I didn't pilfer it.
It was yours to begin with.
Yeah, right. Well, I was
He
the
should
one.
have asked you.
He should have asked me if I wanted to take it, shouldn't he? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't have all these plebeian problems because I'm rich.
You know, I have never got any grief from any millionaires. I don't feel like they owe me anything. I'm just fine without them. Either way it goes, I'll take my 65 grand a year and I'll be happy with it. You know, I'd be happy with 20,000 a year if that's what it took to get by. But
Jesus, now he's like believing me and shit.
no, I would just.
He's speaking in general.
I'm speaking in general. Yeah, no, I ain't saying nothing sideways or nothing, bro. But I don't know. I've never got behind because of anybody that was wealthy, though. Actually, I've got ahead because of people that are wealthy, because I take that money from them.
Because they hire you.
That's exactly right.
That's what people can't understand. We don't like, big business. Big business is what hires people.
Right.
That's how people
Right.
live, except you think big business is destroying the world, so you're going to sit on your ass and collect a free government check. The guy that trusts the big business and works for the big business provides for you. That's fair.
Well, see, these liberals don't give a shit. Most of them are stay-at-home double dads. You got a gay couple, they'll get a kid and they'll stay home, and both of them will live off the government, and then they won't ever bitch about the high prices of food because the government's buying it for them. They don't know what it's about. Now, people like us that go out and work every day, if they do a 15-cent cost raise on a fucking can of soda, we notice it. It's but they don't. They don't care. They don't give a shit one way or the other. And that's why they continue to think the way they think, because they've never had to do anything for themselves.
Yeah, 100% or better raise on gas prices. And that kind of kicks you in the ass when you have to drive, to and from work every damn day, depending on what you're,
Yep. And most of those guys, most of the I'm not throwing off on poor people, man. If somebody gets in a bad situation to where they're poor and they're that way because of a handicap or, something that they can't help that's beyond their doing, I have no problems with that. I'll gladly pay taxes to help those people.
Right. But laziness is not a handicap.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alcoholism is not a handicap.
No.
Drug addiction is not a handicap. That's a fucking life choice.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
people make
I
it.
look at it like there, but for the grace of God, go I. People don't have. You know what I mean? I didn't have a lot of times, but luckily, didn't last my whole fucking life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Correct. I didn't have shit when I was a kid. I'm not one of those. We ain't one of those white privileged families.
Buddy, I tell you what, I grew up in a fairly wealthy family, but my dad did not buy me shit. He would not buy me he wouldn't buy me a mini bike, go-kart, bicycle, nothing. And the only way I ever got anything was going and mowing yards. I go mow a fucking yard. I'd save it, $20 a pop. I go buy me a new bicycle.
Yeah.
My mom, she was a Jehovah's Witness for a long time, so she didn't believe in Christmas. She didn't believe in birthdays. She didn't celebrate anything. So if I wanted a birthday present, I had to buy my own damn birthday present or my brother's and shit. But I played with Cheerios when I was a baby. That was my toy. I don't know why. I fucking hate to even taste them, but
I eat so much Cheerios I can't stand them anymore.
but that was my toy, apparently of choice. Between the Cheerios and the cardboard boxes, hell, I had a fulfilling life. I was in a spaceship sometimes. I was in my car driving sometimes. It was just a fucking cardboard box, but it was, you know, what kept me
Imagination.
occupied.
Kids don't have
Exactly.
an imagination these days.
No, they
Hell,
don't.
young adults don't have an imagination. Well, they got a wild ass imagination,
Right.
but
It's like people they don't realize that sometimes you got to go through the hard fucking times till you
yeah,
do get a little comfortable and blah blah blah. It might take you fucking 15, 20 years till you can't have. It's like you gotta be a millionaire when you're 21 or something. That don't happen, man, unless you're like
No.
Bill Gates or something.
no,
Right.
I mean, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, those kind of guys. Well, their parents were rich as fuck. Now, my mother's father was fairly wealthy, um, but he he gave most of his money away to family, and anybody that needed it, that man he helped.
Yeah.
And he died poor as a fucking church mouse.
Here not too
That's how
long
he went.
ago, not too long ago, my brother called me. He says, "Dad got a hold of you yet?" And I'm like, "No. What's Dad trying to get a hold of me about?" And he's like, "Well, it's something about a piece of property." He's like, "You'll just have to talk to him." And I was like, "Okay." So maybe he wanted me to clear a lot or something. I didn't know what he was wanting. But anyway, I come home from work and he was sitting in my driveway. And we both walked in the house here, and he's like, pulled a fucking deed out of his pocket and laid it on the table. I was like, "What the hell's this, Pop?" He's like, "I want to give you this property." He's like, "I want to give it to you while I'm still alive. I don't want to, I don't want it to be willed out to you, and you have to pay appreciation taxes and all this death tax and all this bullshit on it." He said, "I've had it for years, and I plan to leave it to you." He said, "I just want to give it to you now." I was like, "Damn, that's cool." And he looked right at me and said, "By the way, you owe me $100." I'm like, "What?"
Right?
I was like,
Handling
"Oh,
fee.
yeah." Well, I guess he paid the taxes on it and the
Well, right,
title and
right,
transfer fee. But
exactly.
beautiful piece of property, man. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Well, it's like
And
that's what my parents did with now my home. Um, they were gonna will it to me, And I have two brothers. I have an older brother and a younger brother.
Right.
But they were going to will it to me because I'm kind of the one that helped my mom and dad out the most throughout my life. Started working at 13 and give them my paycheck. Kind of how it went. And so they said, well, we want to, transfer the house into your name before something happens to us. And we had talked about it for years. So finally one day I'm like, Mom and Dad, we better do this now because you ain't getting any younger.
Right.
So finally did it. I mean, because they had to remortgage the fucking house. I have a mortgage on it, but it is what it is, and it's mine now. It's in my name.
Right.
So at least a court system, I don't have to go through a court system to let them decide what the fuck happens.
Right. Right.
Because I have siblings and they go through all this nonsense and split shit up, and then mom and dad have to make a specific will and all that crap. They have nothing else. So that's it, just the house. That was it.
Right. My plan with this piece of property, I'm not a big fan of the area, not because of crime or any of that, or just too many neighbors, or because there's no people around, period, except mom and dad. They're 7 acres, I think it is, back that way. So anyway, I don't want to move there because of the cable TV situation. You can get satellite and you can get DSL, but both of those suck. And I'm not doing it. I told them, if, like right now, I've got 150 fucking, or actually, I've got, shit, I don't know why I said 150. I got 950 megs uploads or download speed and like 40 upload. So that's pretty damn screaming. That's, almost a gig service. But I plan on building me I want a garage underneath and an apartment overhead. So what I plan on doing is building like a pole barn style house and not making a flat roof. I'm going to make a gable roof and but not until they get cable TV out there. There's no fucking way. If they don't, by the time I retire, if they don't have it, I'll sell it.
Well, old Brandon with his infrastructure bill, he says, I was telling Jared this earlier, he's gonna, everybody's gonna have broadband cable everywhere, especially rural areas.
Now, if it's broadband, that'd be great. That'd be great. But if it's Wi-Fi, satellite, internet, they might as well stick that in their ass.
Yeah. Well, he don't know what the fuck the difference is, so who knows what his non-plan is?
No,
like my older brother. I mean, this dude lives in like a $250,000 plus home that he built.
Yeah.
But he's just on the outskirts of where the cable actually runs to. So he has to have satellite TV.
Right. There's Jared.
The internet sucks like hell. So, and it's expensive as fuck. So he's kind of screwed, he gets shit internet connection.
Right.
And I mean, they just refuse to run a cable a quarter of a mile down the fucking road so that whole community can get cable internet or just something decent,
Well, being an old cable guy, I'll tell you exactly what it takes to get cable.
My internet's fucking with me.
What's that, Jerry?
My internet's fucking with me right now.
I thought something
I can barely
was
hear any of you. I keep having to go out and come back in. I have to keep going out and coming back in. So if it happens again, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
I get tired of this shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
You don't have access to
it's not even the satellite. It's the fact that it's the fact that they oversell the satellite. They've got so many people on it that they've got to slow down the speed so that everybody can get something. That's what they do.
They throttle it.
All right, there's all kinds of shit that should be criminal activity behind the scenes, judging by what they're advertising.
Yeah.
Yep. Kind of like, a cell phone company, same shit. I mean, AT&T, Verizon, or whoever the fuck you have with Verizon. Anyway, even though you have an unlimited plan, if you start using too much data, they're gonna throttle your ass.
Yeah.
Same thing with internet speed at your house. They're gonna throttle your ass.
Well, I got tired of Verizon Wireless, so I went with a company that's called.
I go through 50 gigs a month. 50 gigs a month. Doing this show, basically.
Yeah. See, like
We're
on my
out of it
broadband
now.
connection.
That's probably the problem, and I'm not buying extra. I'm not buying extra. I was going to, and I changed my mind. I'm not buying extra for $9 fucking for 3 gigs. I'm not buying. I'm not doing it. I've done it too many fucking times. I'm not getting paid to do this stupid shit, and here we are. So I don't know.
Well, that's one thing I can say about my broadband account. It does not have any throttle at all. I mean, it's wide open, as many gigs as I want. But I did a business account. I did the corporate shit, whatever it is, the gig speed shit. Next up is I think they call it Firewire or something like that. But you're a direct to fiber optics. So you'd be throttled at about 13 gig with an upload at about probably at least 5 gig, which is freaking probably one of the best broadbands you could get. That's why oh no, he's out again. Damn it. Ghislaine Maxwell. What the fuck?
No, I don't know what all the gigs or jigs or whatever the fuck is. I have no idea.
Well, there's two different directions you can go with gigs. You got gig speed and you got gig storage. So your hard drive is where your gig storage is located. Your RAM, let me see, RAM just pushes all that. Your bandwidth is also measured in usually megabytes. But when you get into fiber optics, you go gigabytes. So everything changes. So that's my next step. I'm going to go from my 1 gig with 30 meg up to, like I said, probably 30 gigs with 5 gigs up with that business account. Which is fucking fast. Transfer rate is what I was actually trying to say earlier. Transfer rate.
Right.
Upload is your transfer up to you. Download is coming from you to me.
Yeah. It's all zeros and ones in the end.
Exactly. Hex code, binary, both directions, don't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I had a buddy who used to write hex. Satellites are written in hex code.
I used to know how to read that shit. I don't remember anymore. I haven't tried in a long damn time.
Man, this guy, I swear, you look at him, you'd think that's the dumbest sack of fucking potatoes you ever meet in your life. And that son of a bitch was a wizard, man, when it come to writing code. I've never seen anybody that could just so fluently change numbers and make it work. Just boom, that quick. He was brilliant. I think he's dead now, but he's the one that used to always write the code for my satellite cards whenever they could do the cheat stuff.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, I've still got my old green board. I've got a
really.
Oh yeah, somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it's here somewhere. What I did with it, he kept telling me. He gave me the schematics and a glue gun or a hot glue or whatever they call that, where you melt it and stick shit to it. Well, the receivers that came with the chip implanted in the receiver. Took one of those apart, pulled the chip out of the receiver, soldered it to my board, and he said, "I tell you what," he said, "if you get that right the first time, I'll write it for free for you." I was like, "By God!" So I got that shit all soldered up. I took it to him. He was like, "I'll be a son of a bitch. You got it." Just by directions. And I was like, well, mechanics is one thing. Writing that fucking code is a totally different puppy right there.
Yep, that's what I started out doing. Computer programming.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, especially when you have to flip-flop between different languages.
Yeah.
How some people came up with some of these programming languages is beyond me.
Right.
Like, what the fuck were you thinking?
And another thing I don't understand is how you're looking at all these numbers and you figure out, oh, there's a back door right there. I got to fix that. I got to close that back door up, or you're going to get hacked.
Go ahead.
It's
Right.
like,
yeah, it's kind of like Bill Gates. He creates
back doors and then sells you the virus.
He
Or the
creates
antivirus.
viruses to infect his own fucking software that he sells to you so you could buy his antivirus software.
Yeah, McAfee was the one that put his
Yeah,
foot on his fucking
him
neck.
too.
Yeah. Gotta wonder, why did that guy die? Why do you think he died?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he killed himself.
Now he was under investigation for some shit. I don't remember what
tax
it was.
evasion.
Tax evasion.
Yeah.
Well, so as Al Sharpton has evaded
Right.
taxes for millions of dollars worth. There ain't nobody after his ass.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
He's got the money.
Yeah.
After Al Sharpton, he ain't got the fucking money.
Well, right, he can't pay. So the IRS is like, fuck it.
I'd squeeze that little turnip head until he bled if he didn't pay me. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
They didn't, waste the time of sending him the fucking letter with a 50-cent stamp on it or whatever. It's like, this motherfucker ain't paying. Fuck it.
Nope, they lost money on his ass sending him letterheads. That's for sure.
No, he ain't got the money, and they can't lock him up because he's a fucking icon. He's got fucking immunity too. It's bullshit.
Yeah. His ass is he's on news networks and shit, liberal bullshit, CNN or whatever the fuck he's at, MSNBC. And he ain't doing that shit for free.
No.
So he's getting paid, and then he does all these protests and, all this activist shit. And he probably charges for all that crap when he does speeches and shit. And all he does is rile up motherfuckers and start riots, and that's all he does. That's the easy money making gig going on there. And he's a preacher or pastor, whatever the fuck he calls himself.
Crooked
motherfucker. Show me the certificate, dude. If you were so godly, you wouldn't be so fucking crooked.
He filed for one of those online pastorships or whatever you call
it. Like Phoenix Online or something.
Yep. Damn, I heard my headset talking to me, telling me I'm about out of time. Holy shit. But, yeah, man, nothing but crooks. Sharpton, he was in the courtroom whenever they, what was it, a Chauvin trial? Whenever they convicted that guy, he was right there in the cheering section with them guys. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such ridiculous shit. But this new one with the guy that decides he's going to go barrel over through a Christmas parade and kill 6 people of opposite persuasion.
7 today, another one died.
Yeah.
Right.
Another child.
Well, that was a school shooting. Another one died.
Oh yeah,
The dude that ran over the people, that the SUV was the fault of the problem.
Oh yeah, the brakes didn't work. We're gonna see Toyota.
Especially while the gas pedals floored.
His excuse was he was running from a knife fight.
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
see. I didn't
this
see anybody
motherfucker
burn.
had a domestic dispute with his fucking ex. That's what it was all about.
Yeah.
Well,
He
he
just
ran
wanted to
over
kill
her
some
like
white
a week
people.
earlier, so he's got like a, he likes to run people over.
Well, yeah, his girlfriend or ex girlfriend, whatever the fuck she was, his baby mama ran her ass over just prior to that shit.
Had
Back in
tire
I don't
tracks
know.
on her leg.
Yeah, exactly. She had literally had tire tracks on her damn legs.
Ah.
Yeah, but boy, the mainstream media they just will not call it what it is. There was a car accident. Are you fucking
Yeah, they're
serious?
saying it was.
That's way off the front page news.
Yeah.
They're blaming it on the car.
It's gone. It's done.
Well, even one of them dumbasses on I don't know which news organization it was that they need to minimize the amount of SUVs on the road. How about you minimize the amount of fucking criminals on the street that keep getting let out?
That was a semi-automatic Ford Escape.
Right? Exactly.
Oh, you want to hear the latest one? In Chicago, they caught an 11-year-old carjacker. 11 years old.
I'm not shocked. In Chicago, I'm not shocked at all.
And he's a suspect in many other carjackings.
Wow.
11 fucking years old.
Crazy.
They teach them young.
Yeah.
Mom or dad owns a chop shop.
No, they charged him with carjacking. They charged him with he wasn't sitting on a booster seat at the fucking time.
Right? Never mind, he can't get a license for years. Jeez.
Yeah, you can
Probably
kill 7.
Probably packing the whole time too.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He robbed the carjacker at gunpoint. 11 years old.
Yeah, I believe it.
Stole
Crazy.
her purse and her car. What a model citizen in Chicago.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, he needed that car to go to church.
Mm.
What's he gonna do? Go down and buy some blow pops?
Yeah, right.
Or 11
Yeah.
years old. Jesus.
Buy some ring pops.
Yeah, he needed a fast way to get to the local soup kitchen so he could help
The
them hand
pop
out
was
food to the hungry.
lollipop that had
That's
bubble gum in the middle of it.
that's what it was. You realize he was late for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to my 10 grandma's house for. I don't know who my grandma is, but I'm going to her house for dinner.
Dude, I swear.
Nobody will claim her. I can't claim this grandma. She says no. And this one.
Right. This woman I work with that I talk about that's always on the fucking phone. Look, let me tell you something. She has a new mother every year. I can remember this was years ago. And I've been working with her for over 20 years in that department. In 1 year, her mother died 3 times and she had to get funeral leave.
Damn.
It's like, how many fucking mothers you got? And she still has mothers alive.
4 stepmoms. Holy shit. I don't know if it works like that.
Her grandmother actually raised her, so that she'd call her mother. Well, then she had actually a real mom.
Big mama.
That was apparently a piece of shit. And then she had a new mom every damn year. I'm like, how many moms you fucking need? To get out of work. Eventually they'll all die off.
So, has anyone heard yet if Alex Jones and Roger Stone has testified before? Was it a House? I guess it was. Who summoned them? Do you know?
No, was that which
Over
committee they got going on now?
Yeah, it's the January 6th committee.
January 6th? No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
I know. What is McCarthy dude or whatever? He
yeah.
did yesterday.
Okay. I know they had summoned Alex Jones and Roger Stone's records, so I'm guessing they got raided by the FBI, more than likely.
I didn't hear
Again,
that one.
Roger already got fucking swatted once.
Right.
Um, so I wonder how they did it this time. If they knocked on the door and said, "Hey, we need your files," or if they just kicked the door up and said, "We're taking your fucking shit. Sit
Yeah, they
down and be
probably
quiet."
just ramrodded the door and went the fuck in like they did with the Project Veritas dude.
Right? Probably so.
Or the who was the one that they had all the freaking FBI with CNN's filming the shit at
Oh yeah,
6 a.m. in the morning?
yeah. That
Yeah,
was
that was
who the
bullshit.
fuck was that? Who? Damn, I know.
Stone, Roger Stone, or was
I
that
think
the
it.
name?
I thought they really fucking swatted him hard. I'm not sure. Maybe, yeah, it probably was Roger Stone.
Roger, yeah, they had fucking frogmen in suits in the fucking whatever the hell waterway they had behind us. I mean, Jesus Christ. But this old
Well,
70-year-old guy or 70-plus-year-old guy
right.
wake his ass up at 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning, busting into his house.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna tell you, somebody busted into my shit that early in the morning. They hadn't made it to my bedroom yet. They gonna get shot when they open that door. As simple as
Yep.
that.
That
I don't give.
happened. That happened just recently.
Yeah.
They go and bust into somebody's house and it's dark and this motherfucker don't know who these people are. He just starts fucking popping caps off of their asses. Like, what do you
Yeah.
expect?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Because
they're
they
only
have
gonna
these
push.
no-knock warrants. They just bust in and go.
Holy fuck. Yeah, they're trying to connect fucking Alex Jones to that January 6th shit because they're showing him giving a big rally speech. You know how he does, raises his hand and yells and
Right.
shouts through the megaphone, and then they all turn around and start running toward the Capitol. Holy
That's the
fuck.
biggest setup in the world right there.
That was a fucking psyop right there, buddy. I mean, holding a Trump flag but swinging Antifa tools.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
because I
all
don't
the
know.
FBI guys over there that they found out that they know they're FBI guys is like, come on.
You're right. Yeah, it's getting to be a shit show.
Getting done got.
I think it's past that.
It's past
We're
the
already
shit.
stepping in it.
Yeah, they following the horse to keep stepping in the shit.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I know gas went down 15 cents. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Would
it
have
went
never
down a little
guessed.
bit over here. Well, the price has been dropping because fucking Joe Biden's tanking the fucking market.
Yeah. Flooded the market. Well, temporarily flooded the market.
Well, he wants to flood the market, but OPEC tells him "fuck you."
Mm-hmm.
But he cuts production here in the United States, and they say, "Well, that's not why the price went up." No,
Right.
motherfucker, that's exactly why the price went up. When you kill projects, all production projects, and energy projects for Green New Deal shit, which won't work anyway.
No.
Yeah, the price is gonna go up. So when we have to buy it from other companies, other countries, there's a problem because they're gonna say, U.S. is a little desperate right about now. Let's just bump up the price on their ass."
Yep.
So there's
Can you hear
that.
me now?
Hmm?
Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My headset went dead.
Yeah, ask Matt about that, how to fix it.
Buy another one?
Don't buy another one.
Oh, shit. Normally this thing, well, that's been on for 9 hours now, so it's pretty decent.
That's a good battery.
If you, let me show you. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them or not, but they're called, let's see, aftershocks. Can't see that, can you?
Take your word for it.
Aftershocks. $185. Best pair of damn headphones I ever bought. They're bone conductive. They don't go in your ears. They touch the side of your bones on your cheekbone, and it vibrates the sound into your head.
You wore them around your waist or something. They're bone conductors over there.
Yeah.
Little electric shock down to the bone area there.
Little extra bone conductivity.
Well, that's just like kind of what Rush Limbaugh had, that cochlear implant. That's what it does. It vibrates. The ear bones connected to the tailbone or however the hell it works.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly which bone's connected to what, but it vibrates the hell out of them. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, they must be all connected right about now, because they all hurt every once in a while at the same time.
Oh, they're showing that raid. There's Roger come to the door.
Oh, I see that. Yeah. So that's Rogers. Oh, that's the old one, right? Yeah. Roger Stone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
And then
might have been
Trump went and exonerated his ass and got his ass out.
Yeah. Poor old Roger. He is a far-fetched guy, though. He makes up some stories and.
Yeah. He has a good imagination, but who doesn't?
Right.
So does every liberal. This whole Russian collusion shit.
Right. Well, CNN gets away with it every day. But we're not allowed to do that shit.
They're still pushing that shit.
They suspended Fredo today.
Yeah. Imagine that one, right?
Who was the one that just lied to Congress here not long ago, and they actually know that he lied to them?
Fauci?
Fauci. There you go. They won't ever do nothing to that fuck.
Nope.
If they do, Biden will let him. He'll pardon him. You can almost bet on it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
He keeps the lie going.
That's all it is. Just a big extenuance of the false truth. They just keep it up. They'll say it 10 times just to make sure you heard it, and you'll know it's a fucking lie. Don't matter how many times they say it.
Yeah, now we had the first Omicron person in California.
Of course it was in California.
Fully vaxxed. Just flew in from South Africa. Imagine the coincidence going on here.
I thought it was the band was on. How the fuck did he get here?
Well, that was before the ban. He was here before the ban.
Yeah.
Tested positive after the fact. So now he's going to be the super spreader.
Yep.
He or she, they didn't say who it was.
You know, it's been pretty much ever since the existence of viruses. If they don't kill you, and they do replicate and branch off into different, what's it called, strains, I guess you'd call it, they get weaker. And
the flu.
Yeah. And eventually it's like a fucking head cold. So maybe it's a good thing that it's mutated and took a different, path.
No vaccine for the cold. There's flu shots. Notice it's not a flu vaccine.
Right.
Because it's a flu. It's a coronavirus. Imagine that one.
Yeah. Yep, that's all the flu is a coronavirus.
Which is a respiratory infection.
Yeah.
there's no vaccine for that. That's why the vaccines don't work. That's why the masks don't work. That's why the combination doesn't work. You could stay 1,000 miles away, social distancing, and you're gonna fucking catch it wherever the hell you're at.
Yeah, it's like I had never heard of the RSV virus ever. Well, it's another version of the flu, is all it is. But you can get pneumonia from it way easier.
I had that a couple of months ago. Get walking pneumonia from it.
That's bad stuff, man.
I was sick as a dog.
My youngest boy, I think he was maybe 2 at the time. He caught it and he started getting a real bad fever. So we tried to doctor the fever, but I got to thinking, the fever is probably what needs to occur, as long as it don't get too high. So we let him keep the fever for a day, and then it started peaking over 103.5. So it was like, well, we got to go to the doctor. So he ended up being in the hospital for 2.5 weeks in a oxygen tent. And he had to take breathing treatments like every half hour, 45 minutes for the whole time. But it was nothing but pure oxygen they pumped into that tank all the time.
Right. Just like coronavirus victims on a ventilator.
When I was a kid, I used to have a lot of that, like high fevers. I had this old doctor, actually a black dude. My mother would call him and go, he's got 104.5 fever. He'd be like, put him in a cool shower.
Put him in a bathtub with ice.
Cool it down.
Rub him down with alcohol.
And then worry about it and keep doing that until something, he'll kick it. You know what I mean? Just keep cool.
Well, I was born with purulent tonsillitis, and I had a fever when I was born. They took me straight out of the womb, cut the cord, cleaned me up, and stuck me in an ice bath for like 30 minutes to get my fever down. But I think I told you all that story. I had that shit for up until I was 21 years old, permanent. And but I was always sick. It was like I always had the flu, always coughing, always had shit running out of my ears, and it was fucking horrible, man. Worst childhood ever.
Oh, believe me, I knew. All the allergies I had.
Yeah.
Sick all the time.
The virus, it's the temperature that can fucking kill you.
Yeah, it'll cook your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, I was born with over 104 too. It was 100 and like 104.5. It was pretty gnarly. I was like, well, that explains it. That's why I don't have enough brain cells. Melted them motherfuckers. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Oh, never mind.
Give it a fast shake. Shake it more than twice you're playing with it.
Shake it good. So, Nick, did you go watch the Donaldson messages?
The who?
The guy from the 1600s that was on the computer.
Oh, no, I did not. I forgot about that.
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did. That's why I had to think about it for a while when you said it.
Fuck you.
You see what's on the screen?
Yeah, it said low battery.
Alec Baldwin says he did not pull the trigger.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I saw that shit. This motherfucker here, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, how the hell did the gun go off if it didn't pull the fucking?
Well, those crazy ass guns, they just go off and kill people.
just walking down the street shooting fuckers.
That's right. Yeah. Kind of like Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
So you heard
Although,
have you heard the latest thing going around about fucking oh, what's the black dude on fucking CNN? The gay one?
oh, Don Lemon.
Don Lemon, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Lemon.
Lemon. He did you hear about the thing where he went into the bar fucking
Yeah, rubbed his nuts and stuck his fingers up this dude's nose. Yeah.
a disgusting little fucking dude.
He should have had his ass whipped to a
Oh,
pulp.
yeah. I'd have whooped that celebrity little fuck all over the damn pool table, son.
Because you know he cried like a little bitch.
The guy he did it to looked like a pretty little pussy fuck himself. So,
Well, actually, I read not too long ago the guy was actually heterosexual,
yeah, not the manliest fucker I've ever seen.
but that doesn't mean anything either, you know.
Right. Sam Tripoli on his podcast did an interview with that guy. And he's a real interesting guy. I mean, hell, he's, been around the Hollywood scene, I guess, for a long time. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he does for a living. I think he may be a comedian. I'm not sure. But he was on the tinfoil hat one that I was telling you about. I listened to. But he explained that story. Just, man, it made you feel like you was standing in the fucking room with him. And you just want to reach out and smack somebody in the fucking head. It's like, man, that's disgusting. And I know people like that. It's a bad part. And usually get to see the floor mopped up with them by the end of the night at the bar.
Right.
Well, I would not be talking to Donna Lemon in the first place.
Exactly. The guy just said he wanted to say hi and shake his hand, man. Tell him he was a fan.
I wouldn't spit on that motherfucker. I'd shake his hand my ass.
I wouldn't piss in his face if his head was on fire.
Yeah, because apparently, Mr. Lemon, I don't even know what the hell the fight started about, or the argument, but he asked him, you like dick or like pussy? And he sticks his hand down his pants. And
well, the guy just wanted to shake his hand. That's what he said. He said, I walked up to him and was like, hey, Don, how you doing? So I just been wanting to introduce myself. Nice to meet you. And Don looked at him and said, what, are you trying to fuck me? You want to fuck me? And the guy was like, no, dude, I just want to meet you.
I want to fuck you up now, I do.
Yeah, about that time would have been when I said, nah, I just want to punch you in your fucking throat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That sounds a little sketchy. It sounds a little like he said, she said.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would put yourself in that situation. I don't want
I would
to.
never put myself.
I don't give a fuck about Don Lemon. I don't.
No.
Obviously, there's got to be more to it. Nevertheless, if that actually happened, that's still a justifiable case if that's what happened. But I don't believe this guy is totally innocent.
I don't know. You know, there's two sides to every story.
Why? All right, and then why didn't you just fucking clock him?
Well, apparently there was a payoff to keep the guy's mouth shut. I don't know how much Lamont gave him.
I think Don wanted his mouth open.
All right. And his knees with carpet burns on them.
Exactly.
Yeah, they tried to pay him off several times.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude said no.
Yeah. See you in court. That's what he said.
Yep.
I hope he does sue him for every freaking thing he's got.
Yep. And this Justice Smollett motherfucker, he's still lying his ass off. I'm like, dude, come on now. You got a video of now they have video of him rehearsing the shit the prior day. Like,
is that public?
Huh?
Is it public?
I read the story. I don't know if it's public or not.
Right.
It's from footage, surveillance camera footage from all over the place. They pieced it all together from city,
Right.
Ring doorbell footage of him. The same exact shit.
Right. I just wonder if they're going to make the trial public. I don't think they're going to make it public. Probably just be published in a
Well,
newspaper.
no, just like the Ghislaine Maxwell, that they don't no cameras, then no get see that. But boy, Rittenhouse got to be all over the fucking news.
Mhm.
But the Smollett shit, yeah, they supposedly piecemealed all the video footage and just his whole track of what he was doing the prior day, and it just happened like clockwork the next day. And one of the two black guy brothers testified today and said, yeah, he fucking recruited us and paid us to do this shit.
Wow.
But this arrogant motherfucker keeps saying, I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Jeez.
Yeah. What's the max penalty on him? Like, it's only like 3 years, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. But I think he needs to pay a shitload of money.
Yeah.
He paid like a $10,000 restitution, but still, he's lying his ass off because they spent way more than that. Like 3,000 police hours investigating this shit. That's more than 10,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess Rittenhouse filed lawsuits over $60 million.
Oh, he got Whoopi Goldberg and that other redhead crazy bitch
Yeah.
for
Can't remember her name.
millions.
Yeah. I hope he gets every damn penny of it.
Yep. CNN, all of them. He's going after all of them.
Yep.
And I hope he ends up like the Sandman guy, rich as fuck.
Damn right.
I don't care how he doesn't need to disclose what he gets paid, kind of like Sandman. You know, it's a hush hush deal.
Yeah.
But you know, the kid ain't never gonna have to work a day in his fucking life.
Hell, he probably wouldn't be able to, man. Probably be threatened.
No.
There you go.
Well, that's like Rittenhouse. What Arizona State? They're calling for him. The liberals are calling for him to be kicked out of the school.
And that's an online fucking school.
He's online. He's not over there.
Yeah.
Stupid asses.
Yeah, it's ignorance, man. You just can't buy that kind of stupid.
Yep.
Oh well. Celebrity pack back Prop 47. What the hell is Prop 47, Matt?
Never heard of it.
In California.
Is that the old Prop 47, the one with the like bail and shit, where you don't have to pay bail?
They already have that shit.
Right. I guess there's a lot of people that are holding accountable for it. Damn.
Oh, and then y'all saw the Epstein pilot start dropping names today.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh, that is right.
Celebrities.
And all kind of people in there. Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
Man. Getting ready to be some shit hit the fan, I'm guessing. Or maybe not. Who the fuck knows? Those guys must have all been dropped on their fucking head when they was a baby or something. Ain't none of them thinking right.
The doctor should have slapped their mama instead of them.
Right. Damn, that's a cute little black lady there. Who the hell is that? I'd kiss her right in the mouth. Huh. Uh-oh. He gone. He ain't gonna be able to get back in now. Where'd Nikki go? Damn it.
I guess this means we're at the end of the line. The party's over. Turn out the light. I guess. All right, catch you later.
Yep. I think I'm out of here too. All right, guys. It's been real. Peace out. Love you. Have a good night.